JKB back with another episode. Today I'm reviewing a game called Mr. Shifty. So thank you to the dev for sending over a review copy. This is an awesome game, but before I get into the review, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications if you want to get more notifications than YouTube's sending out, because YouTube is literally having a bubble bath while the whole site falls apart. There's no one at the helm anymore, so make sure you turn on the notifications. That way you know when I upload videos. So today I'm going to do a video review of a game that came out of nowhere. I was sitting on my Switch the other day and I look in the eShop all the time because they never tell you when these games are coming out. And I saw one called Mr. Shifty and I looked at the trailer. Badass music, looked like really good gameplay. What is it exactly? Well, you play as a thief that has the ability to kind of travel in a short distance, like a burst. You know, teleportation, you know, kind of like the X-Men dude. He doesn't look like kind of a hero. It's just some dude in a hat. So you're looking at the game and you're like thinking, is this one of those indie games where the assets are just fucking flipped? Is this a flipped asset indie game? Is it just, you know, taking Hotline Miami and putting it with this sort of teleportation, that's what you get? Well, essentially it kind of is doing that to a certain degree. However, I haven't experienced anything on the Switch like this, and I've been having a blast with the game. The idea is that there is a giant building that you have to scale, and it goes by levels. Each level is going to be a level. So when you get to the 7th floor, it's much more difficult. You have different types of enemies that have different types of guns. So you have the shotgun, the usual pistol. Then you have your brute enemies that you have to really take down with the action button. Now the action button is a punch and a kick button, and you can use that to combo up, use it to knock doors down. You can also obviously teleport in this game, which is a huge part of it. And this is kind of cool. It goes into a slow motion kind of a gameplay element when you get a lot of combos. So if you take a lot of people down, you build up your meter and it'll go into slow motion the moment anybody shoots their gun at you. You don't really control it, which is kind of an annoyance. You kind of want to turn it on at any point. But I'll say this, the game is designed to be played with that, you know, slow motion element at certain points. The game is smart. It's not a dumb game where, you know, like use it at your free will. It's designed to be used at certain portions of the game where it's very difficult. So I got to give them a thumbs up for that. Very smart design in this. A ton. I mean, really, I've been playing it for the last 4 hours. It is, yes, a very cheap game. I think it's like $10 in the US. And it's totally worth it. It's very action-packed. At moments, I'm like just flying through the level, having a blast with it, trying to figure things out. Lasers coming out of nowhere. I've got to teleport out of the way. Having a blast with this game. The music's actually really good. It's not repetitive. Well, it's kind of repetitive, but it's not repetitive in the annoying way. It kind of gets you into the game, and it feels, it's crazy to say this, kind of like The Matrix meets, I don't know, I get the Watch Dogs feeling because there's some hacking elements in here. And the tone of the game is very fast-paced, and you deal with this narrator who is not a narrator, but your sidekick, who's this girl who's always calling in, and you have this text on screen that pops up, and she's making like witty remarks like, you got to go do this, and oh my god, it's a trap. It's a good game. I got to be honest that I'm really enjoying it. So I'm going to give this game, I'll give it a solid 8. I think that if you have a Switch at this point in time, for the amount of money, this is kind of a must-own. And I really have to say that they've been on a roll with all these indie games on the Switch. It's quite amazing to see this many games come out in a short period of time, and I've given them a lot of high scores, like Snake Pass, this game, and, you know, Has Been Heroes. I enjoyed all those. Are they AAA titles? No, and this, by all means, is not a AAA title, but you know, in the negative here, I'll just say why it's not perfect. It does have a slight stutter in terms of its frame rate. There's portions of the game that completely chug when you're going really quick, you know, zooming around, teleporting around, things are exploding, the level can be destructed, the walls all exploding. So yes, you run into a little technical issue, which could be patched in the future because the Switch is almost patched every day with, you know, automatic updates. You know, you're just sitting there and all of a sudden it's like your game is completed and you're like, what happened? And you got an update. So it's cool to see that. I give it an 8. So if you like what you saw today, make sure you subscribe. Check out all of my other videos. I've done tons in the last month. Please go back. Check out accessories for the Switch. All the indie games. I've done PS4, some Xbox stuff. Thank you for watching.